successful debut last event here. But Ted, I know you left us for a little bit there to do some backstage interviews. Let's talk about one of those backstage interviews you had with Daniel Eads that went on our Facebook. Man talked a little about he feels like man feels he's a fluke here because of what's been going on.
Yeah, exactly. It was a win over big-time Bill Collier down in RWA down near Pittsburgh that got Daniel Eads on the radar. Got Daniel Eads on the radar of Revenge Pro, and it was big-time Bill Collier who got him into here. I don't remember if I said that before Chuck Roberts was doing his introduction or not. But Daniel Eads victorious over Jake Omen last month and had the gusto to challenge one of the big, I can't even say, one of the power player of Revenge Pro Wrestling, big-time Bill Collier, in his second match here. I don't know, Marcus, how do you think this one's going to go? Well, I honestly don't know.
Well, yeah, you look at big-time Bill Collier, who last event got through that brutal match. The gauntlet match we had for the first World Championship here. And big-time Bill Collier got through Omega Aaron Draven, he got through Colin Delaney, he got through Kevin Bennett with a bruised hand. His hand was damaged. He got through all of that. It was Wardlow with a steel chair that finally took it away from Big Collier. If you're Daniel Eads and you want to call out the biggest dog in the fight, this may be the biggest dog we got.
I mean, that's
I'm not trying to shortchange PV Smooth or Wardlow, who we'll see later tonight. Bill Collier proved a lot last event.
That's definitely the way to do it if you're Daniel Eads. You walk in, you scope out the yard, you find the biggest dog in it, and you challenge him. You want to take down that biggest dog.
You know, if you go to the Revenge Pro Facebook page, Ted, you see a lot of your backstage interviews. Like I said, you did that one with Daniel Eads, and he said he was very upset that they said the matchup they had, that Bill Collier went, this is the guy, and they Facebook post that said it might have been a fluke. And I got to ask you, as you're standing there and you see the anger coming out of Eads' eyes, have you seen anyone as hungry as this young man?
I don't believe I have, no. And I'm going to go on record. I don't think it was any fluke that Daniel Eads beat big-time Bill Collier. I see a lot of potential in this young man.
Now this is going to be big here, this lockup from these two powerhouses here, as they kind of feel each other out. There's going to be an interesting feeling out process. They have wrestled before, we have talked about that. But things have changed since then. Things have changed for Bill Collier. Things have changed for Daniel Eads. Month in, month out, these guys hit the gym. Their games change. This feeling out process is very important for two guys like this.
Absolutely. Daniel Eads, headlock on big-time Bill Collier now. Collier able to slip out of it, headlock of his own.
And big-time Bill Collier, let's not get it complicated here. He is one of the largest athletes you're going to find.
Oh!
Big arm drag there. And that shocked big-time Bill Collier. I was about to say, this guy's a big guy. He's got that big right hand, but he's an underrated technical wrestler in there, too.
Absolutely. And I like how that big arm drag came immediately after you said, big-time Bill Collier, one of the biggest guys you'll see in this ring. Daniel Eads throwing him around like he's a Raggedy Andy doll.
That was a beautifully deep arm drag, and I think that took Bill by such surprise. You don't see Bill Collier get arm dragged very often. That's a leverage and speed, but that's so much power and torque that comes with a maneuver like that. He's not used to getting thrown over the top of his head like that.
Absolutely.
A man like Bill Collier and a man like Daniel Eads not used to going head over heels.
Tie up one more time. Eads with the upper hand.
Back to that headlock. I talked about this with Daniel Eads before last event. So simple, so elementary. A headlock maneuver with a man that size. It hurts, and he just hurt his shoulder on that shot right there.
It's a lot of mass to be knocking down.
Yeah, that might come into play later. Let's see. Ooh. No.
Oh man, Daniel Eads, impressive early on against Bill Collier.
Bill Collier going for that hip toss, transition through with the hips, and Daniel Eads hip tosses Bill Collier. And Bill's a little shocked. And like we said, they have wrestled before, but things have changed since then. And Bill Collier is very impressed. And already Daniel Eads proving this was no fluke.
I don't want to say that big-time Bill Collier didn't know what Daniel Eads was going to bring to the dance, but there's been a couple of times, even in this match, where he's like, okay. Yeah. Eads off the ropes.
There it is. Oh. And that's what Bill Collier can bring to any match. One big shot like that. And now Bill Collier in control, big uppercut. I feel like at some point I gotta stop using the adjective big when it comes to Bill Collier, but because everything he does is big. Every uppercut, every shot, every move is big with this guy.
Marcus, I've been falling into that pit hole for 5 years.
Press slam, impressive, but the transition more impressive from Eads.
Great bicycle kick from Daniel Eads, knocking Bill Collier for a loop.
Transition back into that midsection, and Bill Collier on the ropes literally here. And I think Bill Collier came in expecting this to be a mass on mass, sides on sides. Eads impressing with his speed here.
Eads charging. Stalling on that top rope. Impressive feat by Daniel Eads and crashing down into the chest of Bill Collier.
Right into the solar plexus there. Bill can't breathe. Cover. 2 count only. Eads impressive here early, getting Bill Collier off his game and withstanding some punishment. We saw that big clothesline. Ooh! Extra momentum on that one, some extra strength. Pulled that through his hips.
Collier holding onto that top rope, sending Daniel Eads up and over, out to that apron, back elbow to Eads. Bill Collier trying to buy some space between him and his opponent. Oh my God!
Slingshot, flatliner there, this could be it!
Oh! I've never seen a man of that size pull that move off that quickly.
It was the speed, again, of Daniel Eads has been the most impressive part here. He comes in, I mean, he's a big guy, let's not get it mistaken here. Bill Collier is one of the giants of the area, and Eads looks normal standing next to Bill Collier, so you know he's got size. But what's been most impressive is how fast he's been.
Yeah, oh my God. Daniel Eads out to the apron one more time. What's he looking for? Daniel Eads.
Slingshots in with that elbow right back to the outside. What's he going for? Oh! Uses his knees to get that senton.
Only good for a count of 2 on Big Time.
And I gotta tell you, Ted, we're probably a good 4-5 minutes in, and Big Time Bill Collier has had very little offense against Daniel Eads. Eads has been dictating the pace, dictating the action, and has been incredibly impressive as we're having to see Bill Collier fight from the bottom, which is so rare.
Beautiful back elbow from Daniel Eads, sending Bill Collier down to the mat one more time.
Ted, you talk about you've been following Bill Collier for a long time. You know his career. How often do you see cover here? I mean, how often have you seen Bill Collier fighting from underneath here, fighting from the bottom?
Honestly, I think I can count the times I've seen that on one hand and have fingers left over.
Yeah, it is impressive. Daniel Eads has been very impressive. And now, as we talked about, back to something very elementary here, this headlock. But if a man his size is just twerking Bill Collier's head, and Collier's got nowhere to go.
Collier trying to build some momentum, trying to fight out of it. Back up to a knee. Couple of shots in the midsection of Eads. Oh, knee right back to the face of Collier.
That caught him flush. Could have chipped a tooth there with it.
Eads off the ropes. And Collier catches him in the fireman's carry position.
No, transition. Eads had it scouted.
Oh! Oh, Bill Collier landing very weirdly.
Yeah, that back and that hip. Cover here.
Oh, man.
Eads just letting Bill Collier's entire weight come down. It looks like he came down awkwardly on that hip and tailbone area. And again, every time Bill Collier seems to be building any sort of momentum or strength, Eads is just cutting it right back down and taking control. And he's got Bill Collier in the center of the ring, knee in his back.
Absolutely, and as you're saying, Bill Collier potentially landing awkwardly on that back, on that hip. When you're a man of that size, anything that happens to your legs, anything that happens to your knees, your hips, it's catastrophic.
Bill with enough strength, that hip there to torque Eads over in that back suplex. But you're right, as how many years Bill Collier's been doing this, those hips, those knees, those joints, they've taken a lot of punishment.
They've definitely seen better days.
Yeah, but the younger Eads, ooh. And if you're Bill Collier right now, you got to be thinking, hey man, I went to bat for you here, and he's just getting the snot beat out of him, but big spine buster. Momentum switch for Bill Collier there, as he's trying to find something deep down to beat a man in Daniel Eads, who seems so far to have had his number.
Both men trying to fight back up to their feet. Eads the first one up, followed closely by Collier, but Collier lining up for, oh! Nice clothesline from Collier, one more time to Eads.
No, Eads had him scouted again. Bicycle kick to that arm.
Oh!
Forearm shiver. Transitions again. Eads is just maneuvering Bill Collier wherever he wants.
Eads trying to go for that super kick to a downed Bill Collier. Collier not letting him have it though. Throwing Daniel Eads right across the ring.
Bill Collier still got some gas left in this tank, and he's not letting Daniel Eads beat him in his hometown.
Oh!
Super kick, and that's it.
Cover by Eads, unsuccessful. Oh my God.
I thought Eads got all of that super kick right to Bill Collier's jaw, and still a kick out. I think so far we can say there was no fluke in Daniel Eads, and Bill Collier may have had it right when he brought this guy to the dance here. He's calling for the finish here.
Bill Collier though, not letting him get it.
Countered through. Oh! Sick kick! Cover! 2 and no! Another kick to the face. Bill Collier this time. That lay out one-footed kick. I thought he got all of that.
Oh man. Collier one more time. Trying to pull on the crowd here at the Avalon in Erie, Pennsylvania. Oh!
Caught with that shin right to the side of the head, temple area. He's going, trying to go for that flatline again. Got caught. Collier catches him, lays him out 2 and no! Looks like Eads was going for that slingshot flatliner again, but Bill Collier had one of his own. But absolutely. I'm shocked that Eads able to find a way to get through that.
It looked like Eads stumbling a little bit coming over that top rope, and I believe that's what caused Bill Collier to be able to catch him. It was just that one brief slip-up on Eads' part.
Yeah, late in the match here, you're taking a lot of damage. Not as quick. The quickness not there. Bill from the top. Oh! European catches Collier from the top. Timing was perfect. Knee shot through. Trying to lift him. Collier trying to block it.
Oh! Daniel Eads spiking Bill Collier down on the top of his head.
He's got to cover him. He's got to cover. 2. No! That hesitation there may have cost him. Didn't get to the cover as fast as he wanted to. Bill Collier finds a way to kick out here. Both men down. Both men exhausted. The speed was the advantage early. Bill Collier find a way to cut through it. What do they got left in the gas tank here?
I don't know what they have left in the gas tank, but both men know what they have left in their own respective arsenals.
And for a Superman punch, Collier catches him. As the ripcord through.
Oh!
Woo! Big short arm clothesline. Choke slam from Eads. Cover. No!
Oh my God.
You can see how close CJ Sensation was to that 3 count. And now if you're Daniel Eads, the frustration's gotta build.
Not even a choke slam enough to put away big time Bill Collier.
We talked about earlier, Eads with a message to send in this match. That win was not a fluke, and the frustration's got to build here. In the back of his mind, he's got to feel like, I got to show this wasn't a fluke. I can beat Bill Collier in Erie, at Revenge. That's what he's got to do here. And now he's going high risk, and I don't blame him. Shot by Collier, cuts him off with the pass here.
Nice headbutt from Collier. Daniel Eads swaying on top of that turnbuckle.
Back in the corner here.
Interesting strategy from Big Time. We don't see him go high too often.
No, he usually doesn't need to. He's tall enough. But now it looks like he's going for a fireman's carry. Eads trying to block him with those elbow shots, trying to keep Bill off that top rope. And I don't blame him. Oh! Lights out!
How's a man the size of Collier able to get his leg up that high? Able to get his boot up?
Flexibility now.
Jeez.
Got him in a fall away.
Oh, God!
He threw him all the way across the ring. And I don't even know how Daniel Eads is standing right now. Look out! Spear! Cover! No!
Oh my God! Daniel Eads still able to kick out of that springboard spear from Big Time Bill Collier.
All of that momentum, all of that torque right into his midsection. Eads somehow able to kick out of the spear after that throw from the top rope across the ring. But Bill Collier's got 5 fingers, 1 fist, looking to end it here.
Looks like he's putting a little extra mustard on that. Oh! Daniel Eads ducks, misses.
Shot of his own. Setting up, maybe trying to go for that Superman punch. Bill ducks. Duck through again. Boom! Oh! There it is! Knockout shot!
Big Time Bill Collier laying out Daniel Eads, but he's got to crawl over and get that cover.
Gotta get that cover.
Hooks a leg, 1, 2, 3, there it is. Bill Collier victorious over the young gun Daniel Eads, the man of tomorrow. And Marcus, I gotta say, Daniel Eads showing Bill Collier what he's got.
Yeah, absolutely. He walked into this match trying to prove that this wasn't a fluke. And I think he did prove that. I think Daniel Eads proved a lot this evening that he is not a fluke. He is here to stay. But if you're Big Time Bill Collier, after the falling just short of the World Championship last event, you gotta think that he came here tonight to prove this is still his house.